Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of FortiGate Firewall series. Guys, in the last class in day 1, we had discussed what is FortiGate Firewall and basic dashboard overview. We had also seen some basic CLI commands. And in today's class in day 2, we are going to learn how to take backup of FortiGate Firewall, how to restore the configuration. We'll talk about factory reset. We'll talk about firmware update, and finally we'll see how we can change or reset admin password. So without wasting our time, let's begin. Guys, this is lab for today class, and you can see my management PC is connected with port number 4 on FortiGate Firewall. In the last class I had told you that on port number 1 by default mode is DHCP, means IP allocation method is DHCP, and on rest all ports by default IP method is static. In the last class I had connected my management PC on port number 1, so that's why it was getting IP address from the DHCP through my laptop. But today here on port number 4 I have to configure IP address statically, and on port number 1 as well we'll change the mode from DHCP to static, and then we'll configure IP address from this subnet, one IP from this subnet. You can see here I have one router, two router R1 and R2. R1 is connected on port number 1 on FortiGate Firewall, and R2 is connected with port number 2. And the subnet between R1 and FortiGate Firewall is this one, 192.168.1.0. I will configure .10 on FortiGate and .1 on router. Similarly here we have this subnet 2.0. I will configure .10 on the FortiGate Firewall and .1 on my router. And on port number 4 I will configure one IP address from this subnet, because my laptop is using IP address from this subnet. Actually this is the subnet of my VM for EVNG. But before starting this video, this class, let me tell you about the FortiGate Firewall interfaces. Even you can download a book, official book, and you can read more about the FortiGate Firewall interfaces. And book is available on the internet. You can download it, FortiGate Firewall, and here I can say a PDF, and then 7.4.1, let's say. Here somewhere you will find the administration guide. Here it is. Just download this book, and here you can read about the interfaces. This is official book, and it's great book. If you are learning the FortiGate Firewall, you should have this book, and you can download it from the Google. Right now I am going to tell you about the interfaces. Don't worry guys, how you access your router, let's say, right, or any networking device. On the router, on this router we have console port, right? So we'll connect my laptop, our console port in the production for CLI access. Similarly, if I will talk about the Palo Alto Firewall, the last course, our previous course was Palo Alto. In the Palo Alto Firewall, how I was accessing Palo Alto Firewall through web, through GUI. There was one management interface. Similarly, on the FortiGate Firewall, you will have console port as well as management port, right? Console port for the CLI access and management port for the web access or GUI access, graphical user interface. On the router generally we have only console port, we don't have the management port. But on a smart router, on the modern routers, you will find again both ports. So almost all networking devices you will find the console port and management port. On FortiGate Firewall, on some high-end FortiGate Firewall, you will find two management interface. Okay, let me show you the box of FortiGate Firewall here on the Google. I don't have real physical device here, so I will show you in the Google FortiGate Firewall, and let's say FortiF. See this box, see this box here. By the way, on this box we have only console port. If you will see on this particular box, we have only console port, so we can access this FortiGate Firewall through this console port. CLI access, I can have CLI access. How? simply in the production you will connect your laptop to this console port through console cable, and then you can access it through CLI. For the management port, here we don't have management port, so how we will access this in the GUI through web? You can use this LAN and WAN port for the GUI interface, as we don't have management interface here. So here you can connect your laptop, like in the last video I had connected my laptop to port number 1, and to access it through GUI. But on high-end boxes you will always find the management interface. Let me show you one high-end FortiGate Firewall box. For an example, 2600F. If you will check this router, let's say this one, the port is not visible clearly here. Let me open this one. Let me open any clear image. Let's suppose this one. See here, on this box you can see we have two management interface. On this particular box we have two management interface. These are WAN interface. Here is the console interface, not on this box. Let me show you the another one. Just give me a minute. Let me find some best image for you. Check this one. It is not visible clearly, but these are the LAN and WAN port, and this is my management port, right? So here I can connect my laptop for GUI access. Okay, and here is the your console port, so you can connect your laptop to the console port for CLI access. And by default password on the management interface is 192.168.1.199, I think, right? So you can configure one IP address from the same subnet on your laptop, and then you will have the GUI access. Here images are not visible clearly. You can check it on Google. You will find so many images are there. So you can go with multiple boxes, and you will find at least two management interface. See here as well, right? These two are the management interfaces. Okay, so in my lab, how I will access my FortiGate firewall through GUI through port number 4. I will configure a static IP address here on port number 4, because you know, except port number 1, all the ports are configured on a static mode, right? Mode of these ports are static. So let me access this FortiGate firewall, guys, through CLI first. And by default username is admin and there is no password. Let me hit enter. Now you can see it is asking to set the password. Let me configure admin, confirm password admin, and here I got the access of my FortiGate firewall. Here if I will check the IP configuration, so system interface and question mark, you can see IP address is not configured on any interface. All the interfaces are unassigned. Done. And if you want to check the configuration of a particular port, let's say port 1, so you can see the port 1 configuration. mode is DHCP, and here some services are allowed, which is ping, HTTPS, SSH, FGFM, right? On the another port, if you will check port number 2, so you can see the type is static. Here this interface is not configured in DHCP mode. So let me configure port number 4 first. Let me show you the port 4 configuration as well. You can see port number 4 is not configured. Let me configure this port for GUI access. Configure, config, system and interface. Here I will say edit port 4. Now I am on port number 4, you can see, and here I am going to say set IP 192.168. I'm going to configure one IP address from this subnet 241. Let's say 20/24, right? And now if you will check, so system port 4, so system interface port 4. So you can see the IP address on this particular interface is 192.168.241.20. You can also run this command, show system interface and then question mark. It will show you the IP configuration here, and method is static. Done. Now I can try to ping my laptop IP address. My laptop IP address is 192.168.241.138. Execute ping, execute ping this one, and you can see I'm getting reply message. Why I'm getting reply? And ping is allow. Here you can see on this particular port ping service is allow. If I am going to allow only HTTP, here config system interface and edit port number 4, edit port 4, and if I am going to say set allow service, let's say HTTPS only. So now only HTTPS protocol is allowed, only this service is allowed here. So now if I will try to execute the ping command, then it will not work. You can see on port number 4, I think here we can check the service. So system interface, and you can see set allow set allow access HTTPS only. So but I am able to ping my laptop from the FortiGate Firewall. Let me try to ping FortiGate Firewall from my laptop. IP address of FortiGate Firewall is ping 192.168.241. It was 20. So you can see I am not getting reply message because ping service is not allowed on port number 4. If I will allow this service, config system interface and edit port 4, and here if I am going to say set allow service, set allow service ping HTTPS, HTTP, and whatever service you want to allow. And now if I will ping to FortiGate Firewall, you can see I am getting reply message, right? So on the port you can allow the services according to your requirement. Here on port number 4 I have allowed these 3 services: ping, HTTPS and HTTP. Now if you will check this interface configuration, so you can see on this interface these services are allowed, and this is my IP address. Now as I am able to ping FortiGate Firewall from my laptop, I can access it in the web. Let me open the browser, Opera browser. In the Opera I am going to access my FortiGate Firewall 192.168.241.20. IP address was 20, and here you can see it is asking for the credential. Username is admin, password is also admin, and here I got the access of my FortiGate Firewall. Do not show again and say OK. Here I got access of my FortiGate Firewall. In the last video we had talked about this dashboard. Here we can change the host name, config, and we can say FortiGate, let's say 1, and we can also change the time zone, GTM +5, 5:30 New Delhi, and let me apply it. and now you can see the name of my FortiGate firewall is changed. I will come on the GUI again. Let me take you to CLI first to configure other interfaces of FortiGate firewall like port number 1, port number 2. Go to again config, system interface, and here I am going to say edit port 1, and you know the IP allocation method is DHCP here on port number 1. DHCP is enabled only on port number 1. On rest ports, DHCP is disabled. You have to configure IP address statically. Here if I will try to set IP 192.168.1.10/24, it will give me the error. You can see can't change dynamic IP, right? Because the mode is DHCP here. So first let me change the mode, set mode static, and now if I will execute this command set IP, now you can see it is working, right? And here we can allow some service. So system interface and port 1, you can see here. So system interface and port 1, if you will check the configuration of the port 1, you can see these services are allowed here. I only want to allow ping here on this particular interface, so let me change it. So system interface, and then again edit port 1, and here I will say set allow service ping. That's it. I don't want to allow any other port. Now I need to configure port number 2 here, so say next here, and then edit. After any next command, you can see I am in the interface mode. Earlier I was on port number 1. Again I am going to edit port number 2, so say port 2. Now I am on port number 2. Here you can see, here I can set IP 192.168.2.10/24, and here we can set allow service ping. That's it, only ping. If you are going to run command set allow service HTTP, so it will override the ping, right? Here if you will verify it, and so system interface and port 2, you can see ping is allowed here. And if I am going to allow HTTP, this is not the right way to allow service. Edit port 2, and if I am going to say set allow service port, sorry, set allow service HTTPS, so it will override, right? Now it will only allow. So system interface port 2, you can see, and so system interface port 2, you can see now ping is not allowed over here, right? So I want to test the connectivity, so I will allow the ping only, or maybe you want to allow both ping and HTTPS. So config system, then interface, again say edit port 2, and say set allow service ping and HTTPS. If you want to allow HTTP also, or whatever service you want to allow, you can see these all services are there, right? FTM, Fabric, FGFM, Telnet, right? Let me allow SSH as well, let me allow Telnet as well, like this, and now you can see here. So system interface port 2, you can see these all services are allowed on this particular interface. Now if you want to check the routing table, how you will check routing table? So not so get router info and routing table all, it will show you the routing table. In the routing table you can see there are 3 subnets now. 192.168.1.0/24 is directly connected on port number 1. 192.168.2.0/24 is directly connected on port number 2. 192.168.241.0/24 is connected on port number 4. Done. Let me access the router R1, and if I will try to ping FortiGate firewall from router number 1, let me see ping is working or not. Go to R2 as well, and on R2 also first let me configure one IP address. In next class we'll see the routing, because in first few classes, in 4 to 5 classes, we'll talk about the basic network configuration only, because you are already familiar about the network configuration, interfaces configuration, static routing configuration, default route configuration, routing protocol configuration, RIP, OSPF. Okay, so interface F0/0, no shutdown, and IP address 192.168.1.1, 255.255.255.0. Now if I will try to ping my FortiGate firewall here, 192.168.1.10, so ping should work. Just wait, you can see ping is working. If you will try to access it through telnet 192.168.1.10, so you can see I'm not able to access it through telnet, because on port number 1 telnet service is not allowed. Let me take you to router 2. From router 2 even we can access it through telnet, because we have allowed telnet service. Interface F0/0, no shutdown, and IP address 192.168.2.2.1, 255.255.255.0, and ping 192.168.2.10, and I should get reply here. You can see ping is working. And now if I will try to telnet this 192.168.2.10, so you can see it is asking for the password. Password was admin and admin. See, I got the access of my FortiGate firewall from router number 2. So as telnet service is allowed here on port number 2, we are able to telnet it. Now let's come to the web interface. Let me log in again, admin and admin, and let's see how we can take backup of my router. On the router there are some configuration. Similarly through GUI also you can verify the configuration. Like here is my main dashboard. On the dashboard we can check the system information, we can check the network information. In the network you will see the routing table, SD-WAN, SSL, VPN, IPsec, DHCP, and routing. So let me show you the routing table. You can see in the routing table there are 3 routes, same routes which we had verified through CLI. Through CLI also you can see this is my routing table on the CLI, and this is my routing table on the GUI. Both the routing tables are same, and here are my interfaces. Even you can check the interfaces in network section. In the dashboard, see a status is there. In the status we can check the system information. In the security section we can check some security related stuff. Later we'll talk about these all section. In the network you can check the routing, DHCP, SD-WAN, IPsec, VPN, right? Then here is the users and devices. Here we can find the users and devices. I'm going to close the dashboard for now, and let me open the network section. Under network section, in the last video in day 1 also we had seen these all options, the interfaces. From here as well you can configure the interface. For an example, I want to configure interface 1, so simply I will click on interface 1, and here I can configure the description. Like interface port number 1 is connected to R1, okay, and the type is physical interface. The addressing mode is manual. Here we can say DHCP as well. After that we can also define the secondary IP address, and here is the IP and net mask 192.168.1.0 subnet mask. And what services allow here? Only ping services allow on this particular interface, correct? And the DHCP server and some miscellaneous configuration. And now we can simply say OK to apply it. And now we have configured the description as well. So through CLI as well you can verify now the interface port 1 configuration. If you will check port 1 configuration, you can see here we have the description as well, connected to router number 1. So why I am talking about these all things again and again? Because I wanted you to be familiar with these all things, then only you can understand the advanced concept, advanced technologies, right? FortiGate Firewall is the next generation firewall, guys. I already told you there are many features offered by FortiGate Firewall. This is the reason why this is one of the leading firewall in the market. Okay, for now I am going to close the interfaces as well, because we'll see these all things later. User and authentication. Now I am interested to take backup of this configuration, whatever configuration we have. I know we don't have much configuration here, just we have the interfaces configuration, but I need backup. So how I will take backup? Just click on this admin. Here it is. Click on admin and go to system. In the system you can see reboot and shutdown. Firmware, these three options are there. Under configuration we have backup, restore option is there, so I am going to take backup of this configuration. Let me click on backup, where I will take backup on my local PC, and I want encrypted backup, so I will enable the encryption as well. For the encryption it is asking you the password. Let me set password. Let me say password admin, and I am going to say okay. It will download the configuration. Here you can see, if I am going to show you the configuration in the notepad just once, you can see my configuration. My configuration is in plain text. No, this is not my configuration. It is getting open. Just wait for some time. Let me open it again. What happened? Notepad just now. And here you can see this is my configuration. Configuration is encrypted. We are not able to read anything. If you are going to take backup in plain text, then it will be readable. It will be in plain text. See, I have downloaded it in plain text as well. Which one? This one. So you can see this configuration is readable, right? It is in plain text. Here if I will show you the port 1 configuration, this is not my configuration. Latest configuration. Let me download once again and let me open it. Yes, here you can see the configuration in plain text. On port 1 or on port number 2 you can see the IP configuration. These services are allowed. On port number 3, similarly on port number 1 you can see my IP address, you can see the allow service, you can see the description, right? So now I have backup of my FortiGate Firewall. Now you can take backup in plain text or in the encrypted format. Now let me reset this firewall. Let's set the factory default, right? For factory default, for factory reset, just you need to run one command in the CLI and say command is execute factory reset. Let's enter, say yes here, and you can see my system is resetting to factory default. After this I will not have any configuration on FortiGate Firewall. The system is going down now. Just wait. You can see the log message. After this it will boot up with the default configuration, and we will restore the configuration because we already have the configuration. Here it is, right in my download folder. You can find the configuration. You can see this one is in plain text, this one is in encrypted format. So both are same configuration. I can use any one to restore. And you can see again my firewall is booting. Let's boot up. Here is the serial number. Let me log in with admin, and again there is no password. Let me set the password, new password admin and admin. Done. So system interface question mark. Now you can see again there is no any IP address, right? The IP address, except this IP address, you can see on the ports we don't have any IP address on any port. For the GUI access, first of all I have to configure IP address. Here you can see the configuration of this port. Let me configure one static IP address on port number 4 for GUI access. Otherwise how I can access it through GUI? See, I lost the GUI access. Okay, so let me configure one interface here, port number 4 only. Config system interface edit port 4 and set IP 192.168.241.20/24 and let's verify the configuration again. Now you can see IP address on port number 4 is configured, and you can also put the question mark here. You can see done. Now go to GUI and let's refresh this page. I'm expecting the web access again. Before that I can ping that IP address from my local laptop, and ping is not working. Wait for some time, ping will work. Let me check the service is allow or not. Ping service port 1, yeah, ping service is allow here. Let me ping again. What happened? Why ping is not working? Let me ping my local laptop from the FortiGate 192.168.241.20 their on IP address. Execute ping. I'm able to ping on IP address, and let's ping the laptop IP address, which was 138, and I am able to ping the laptop. From the laptop, let me try to ping now. Still I am not able to ping FortiGate Firewall through laptop. So system interface port 4, on port number 4, guys, ping is not allowed and HTTP is also not allowed. Here you can see, let me allow it. So system interface edit port 4 and set allow service ping and HTTPS and HTTP, and now again you can verify. Now you can see it is allowed. Now I can try to ping my FortiGate Firewall from my local laptop. Now ping is working. Now let me try to access it through GUI. Now I got the access, admin and admin. Let's log in it, and now I am going to restore the configuration. See my interfaces are not configured again, port number 1, port number 2, right? So let me restore the configuration again. Go to admin, go to configuration and restore. Here you need to upload the configuration file. So from where you are going to upload, from the USB disk or from the local laptop. So I'm going to upload it from the local laptop. Let's click on upload, and here is my configuration file. Okay, so I have uploaded the configuration file. Let's say okay, and you can see what it's saying. Restoring global system configuration will cause the device to reboot. Are you sure want to continue? Yes, I want to continue it. Say okay here, and again your device will reboot with the configuration with the this configuration. Just wait till then. Let me pause the video. You can see system rebooting started. It can take few minutes. Till then I am pausing the video. Again you can see my firewall is boot up. Let me log in with admin credential, admin. Okay, what happened? Admin and admin. I got the login and check the configuration. Again you can see your host name is FortiGate 1. If you will check the interfaces configuration, you can see the interfaces are again configured. Port number 1 description is connected to R1. The IP address you can see. Even you can check the routing table in dashboard. Go to network section and check your routing table. Again you can see we have the same configuration. Through CLI also you can verify it. Login it, admin and so get or so system interface question mark. You can see the IP on port number 123, right? Then we can also check the routing table, get router info routing table all. Here is your routing table. So what we have seen till now, how to take the backup of configuration, factory reset, and then how to restore the configuration. Now let's talk about the firmware update, how to update the firmware. First of all guys, you have to download the updated firmware right now. If you will check the firmware version, go to status, and in the status you can see my firmware version is 7.0.3, right? If you have the updated version, then you can update it, or from the FortiGate official website you can download the required firmware. I can say FortiGate firmware, and let's say 7.4.7 download, right? It will land me to the FortiGate Firewall official website from where I can download, right? In the day one we had seen how to create the account on the FortiGate Firewall. So if you have the account, you can download the updated firmware. And to update it, it's simple, just click on the firmware and then you can see configure setting in system, and the second option is update firmware in the system. So I will click on update firmware in system. It will ask me to upload the file. Click on browse, and you can see here is my download folders. So I can select the firmware, and then simply by clicking on next I can update it. It's so simple. Okay, select the FortiGate, update the browse the file, and then confirm and continue. Just you will have one button to confirm and continue. I don't have the updated firmware file right now. Even I can download it from the FortiGate website, but guys, the video length is getting larger. I am trying to make the short video in this series. Okay, the last thing which I need to discuss in this class is how to change the or reset the admin password. So to reset the admin password, see here we have the admin option. Go to admin and change password. Click on change password, and here you need to define the old password. Old password was admin, and the new password, define the new password. Let's say this is my new password, or in the notepad I am writing my password here. Let's say anything, this one. This is my password. Let me copy it and let's paste it over here. Here also paste it and say OK. And admin and password, let me paste the password, the same password, this one, and login. So see, I got the login. Now I forget the password. Let's suppose I forget the password. I don't have the password now. So how I can reset the password? See, to reset the password, if you forget the password, then open your notepad. In the notepad, just type maintainer. I am going to log in my FortiGate Firewall with maintainer and type BCPB here. First open your notepad and type these two things. I am expecting you are also doing the same lab which I am covering in the class. That's why in first video I have shown you how you can set up the FortiGate Firewall in the EVNG. In day 2 I have given you the basic overview of dashboard. Sorry, in day 1 the firewall installation was day 0. In day 1 we had seen the basic overview, and in day 2 we are talking about the basic configuration, right? Thus related to system, related to the firewall, their configuration, right? Store the configuration, take the backup, factory reset, password reset, right? These are the basic things only. So now you are learning how to reset the password, and for that I am going to access my FortiGate Firewall in the maintainer mode. Now you need the serial number of your FortiGate Firewall. How you will get the serial number? Just reset your password, turn off your FortiGate Firewall and turn it on again. See, Right now if I will try to log in admin and I don't have password, so I cannot log in it. So simply what I will do, I will turn it off and I will turn it on again. Turn on it, and here on the console, on the CLI console, you will get the serial number. Just wait. Check serial number through CLI. Copy your serial number. Here is my serial number. You can see serial number, this one. Let me copy the serial number. I've copied my serial number through CLI, and now I am going to paste it in my notepad with BCPPC, BCPB, PB, not PC, sorry. And here I am going to paste my serial number, right? So this is maintainer and this is my serial number with BCPB. Done. Now to access your firewall in maintainer mode, just put the password login credential here. Actually paste the maintainer as a username here and this one as a password. Copy and let me paste it over here and enter. Now you can see I got the access of my FortiGate firewall in the with the help of maintainer, and here we can set the admin password. We can change the admin password, say config system admin for the admin configuration, and here I can say set password. First say edit admin, and then set password. And what password you want to set? Again the same password, admin, and exit from here, and now you can log in with your new password, admin and admin. You can see I got the access with new password. Now similarly you can access here as well. Just refresh this page, username admin, password is admin. This is how you can reset the FortiGate firewall password. Hope it is clear to you. Now in the next class we'll see the basic routing and policy on FortiGate firewall. That's all for today, guys. If you like this video, then please hit on like button and share your feedback. How was the class? Because based on your feedback only I am going to continue this series. So your feedback is very important. If you are learning, if these videos are helpful for you, if you want me to complete this playlist as soon as possible, then keep sharing your feedback. That's all for today. We'll meet soon in next video. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching.